They're on the perimeter.
Well, I think these three officials are using their whistles. In the first game, they weren't really using them.
Hold on. Talk about the officials.
Wow.
When they have been good.
Here's Poteat with the left hand.
I didn't say that.
Mylyjael Poteat. He's just inside 90 minutes before the sunset. So in observing Ramadan, he hasn't had any water or food since sunrise. And he's out here trying to win for Cal to play Stanford tomorrow.
And expending a tremendous amount of effort trying to get around Poteat. He's unable to get that position. A nice play by Poteat.
Yeah. Monty tries to roll, right-hand jump hook. Rebounded Mylyjael. Here's Rechsteiner front court. Now to Mylyjael. Poteat calls for it. Against Sissoko with a right hand, scores.
And there's not.
They need a win today to get one of those first-round buys, although you might be able to argue a first-round buy and a second-round win gets you a quarterfinal date with Duke. So is that the most desirable thing next week?
No, I mean, really, it's not bad either to play games and kind of, as I said, find a rhythm. Especially as the season's winding down, you play fearlessly. You play with more hope and less concern.
There's Poteat.
Good touch.
Gets the bounce. And again, that's not a...
For Trimble, and this is the largest lead for North Carolina.
A lot of it was set up by turnovers. Turnovers and runouts. It's the last thing you want to do is allow Carolina to make it a full-court game. Now, like young teams, I think we know they can score, but it's not just about tempo and pace. They pace you on the offensive end, but they can do it in the half court. It's their ability to operate that makes them so good. Nice overall. The overall resume, it's just a challenge. And I think they played some of the toughest games early when they hadn't yet known who they are.
There's the first four.
To make sure that you get steals and get out early to get some early buckets.
The opening tip controlled by Virginia Tech. They're in the white. Syracuse in the road orange. Virginia Tech is 12-16 on the season. 7-10 in conference play. Still fighting for seeding for the tournament coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Won't be long now. Poteat trying to muscle his way in against Lemkin.
And that's a matchup. Got a level of comfort with his offense. Love the fact that he comes right in, gets right to it. A little pull-up jump on the baseline.
Hammond back to Poteat, calculating the angle off the...
Rotate on Poteat, but he does a good job of being able to get that mid-range. You see the big fella come up with the steal, take it back and put it on him. Look at a big like that. You just put the ball, all he wants to do is keep it high. McLeod was able to get that ball and just finish it and flush it right at the rim.
The senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in his second year in the Syracuse program after 2 years at Florida State. And one jam, and he's above his season average of just a half a point. Trying to guard Poteat. This is a heavyweight matchup.
And great move by
both.
Two clean free throws. Again, from Virginia Tech, there are a couple of things that have been working for them. A little pick and roll action. You know, Jaden Young is one of those guys that give him a look and allow him to cook.
Starling now has 9 points for the Orange. Poteat on the block. Off the glass and good, and we're tied up again at 7.
You've got three different options for Virginia Tech. You've got Jaden Shoup. You also got Young. And then at worst, you can throw the ball inside to Poteat and allow him to be able to go.
Hammond on the handle, guarded by Carlos. Young around the edge. Poteat on the entry. Lampkin staying with him. What a roll for Poteat and the soft touch.
Ben Hammond back into the game for Virginia Tech. Mismatch here going against Kidd. Dumped down. Poteat hammers it home.
That was a good move. Used the size over the smaller guard in Hammond and was able to finish with the right hand.
Well, who's going to step up with Matthew Cleveland who's 16.5 points out of the lineup? Staten McCray got the start. Poteat, great patience, lays it up and in. Foul was on the floor, so Virginia Tech inbounds under their own hoop. Poteat calling for it, and he gets it. Mylyjael Poteat backing down his former teammate. Poteat giving it to... Thanks to Doug. Our Tuesday night ACC doubleheader continues from Conti Forum in Chestnut Hill. Malcolm Huckabee, Jay Alter with you, just getting started between Virginia Tech and Boston College. Mylyjael Poteat, first bucket of the night.
Certainly has his team playing well now, but a key game for both these teams. We talked about it a little at the tip. That cut line to make the ACC tournament, and right here, that's beautiful.
So Virginia Tech down, but certainly not out. Boston College, they're only 2 points more than their season low and a half at 26 points. So it's only a 15-point game.
And that's the key. I think if you're Mike Young, look, for as poorly as they played, you're only down 15 and right on. And if you're Boston College and Earl Grant, you don't like that shot. Let Chad Benning get a touch in the post and then play through him.
Poteat, and it's 3 straight makes, 3 big-time slams tonight.
Yeah, it's just been too easy, really. It's been that type of night. And, you know, really from the start of this game, they've really been the more really energetic.
You know, this Virginia team, and you look over this last stretch, they've been scoring the basketball. They've been in the 70s, playing a little bit faster tempo than they normally do.
It's interesting, Virginia is among the top defensive teams in the country again. They always were under Tony Bennett. They lob it into Poteat, and here's Mylyjael right back to Poteat, the big fella, throwing it down.
But still had to work awfully hard on creating his own offense on that play.
He's got 13, so 3 Cavaliers in double figures. Burnham. We'll give and go. That's easy.
They're coming out playing physical.
Burton coming off a 25-point effort against Florida State in the loss earlier this week. Nice soft touch.
Like Virginia Tech, they've got a run in them. They've got it where a couple of those shots are going to start to fall for them.
Shrewsbury, who still has not scored, leaves in favor of Logan Hines, sophomore out of Zionsville. And there's Poteat. The win against Stanford on Saturday. Officials tonight, Bert Smith, Tommy Morrissey, Tim Clockerty, and Virginia Tech, with the chorus of Enter Sandman, will control the start. Here's the freshman, Ben Hammond, lightning quick. Down low, Mylyjael Poteat backing down Igitolu, the 7'2" Turk, and they need that from Poteat.
I've been really impressed with SMU's defense and the way they've been closing out and challenging every shot.
Wild shot there, Keon Ambrose Hilton denied. Hokies are 4 of 17 from the field.
You hear coaches talk about the pace of the game. Right now, this pace is, I think, favoring SMU, but that's some of the guys. They're all strong upper body. They all can put the ball on the floor, and they can attack the rim. And they put a lot of pressure on you that way.
Chuck Harris, a Virginia kid near the D.C. area. Ashburn, a ways from here. Poteat, he's had some nice moves.
Block.
Took the words out of my mouth. You see that not called quite often. Poteat down low, backing down Traore. And he gets the friendly home roll.
Like he normally has had in a lot of ball games, and it's giving him some trouble.
That's the veteran against the greenhorn. There's Poteat, fifth-year senior, too easy. And he is...
He can't. That's good defense.
Cross wants it. Harris instead, a 3. Johnson the rebound. We are tied for the 9th time tonight. We were tied at the half at 35. Poteat against the freshman. Yes.
That's.
Hammond into the front court. Skip inside, Poteat, nice catch and score. Mylyjael 3-point lead, Virginia Tech in the basketball.
And with all the pressure Virginia Tech is trying to keep on Isaac McNeely, if Kofi's going to get open looks like that, he's going to have to make them.
Yep. McNeely has 3 field goals in 6 tries, and there's Poteat sneaking.
And when he's going against those long arms and tall guys from Florida State, he gets too far inside. He can get himself in trouble.
Not seeing the steals in the box, right, that you're accustomed to seeing Florida State have.
Well, Florida State averages almost 9 steals a game. They have 2. They average almost 6 blocks a game. They have 1.
Hammond rushes to the ball. Retrieves from shoot. Crosses the timeline. Johnson against Davis. Poteat against Watkins. Double team comes. Poteat. Great work. Good footwork. And he lays left. Second chance coming for Bo Bowen. He flips it. No. Rebound Virginia Tech.
Well, great response by the Hokies. They've scored 6 in a row. Stretched the lead back to 15.
Able to make plays. Finding ways to get the big rebounds, right? Make the extra pass. Don't commit a foul. Hit the big timely shot. That's been missing in the last couple of contests, and really for much of the season. Cherry on top, Poteat.
With the silencer 3, he's got 16.
That's a big shot for Wiggins right there in the Clemson Tide. Puts them back up 9. You know, even having Chase back out there, right, he's still a threat, right? Virginia Tech, you know, they gotta take notice that he's on the floor. That can leave other guys open.
Poteat with the bucket and the
from Sacramento State has got 3-point goals, 17 and 18 to start for the Jackets.
And I watched Duncan Powell in high school. He could not do that back then, so major props to him putting in the work, developing that 3-point shot.
And Poteat on a nice catch of the shoot.
Anytime you can do that, the turnovers kill you. Assists help you.
Hammond back on the floor with Burnham and Jaden Young, and they whip it inside. Poteat a quick bucket.
Right out of the time.
And Hill just knocks it down. Foul was on Ballou. Now look at the discrepancy. Better in conference play. Really struggled in non-conference play. And Steve Forbes said sometimes that's just a confidence thing.
Just waiting for conference to roll around to start shooting 36%. Look at, wow, down there working out.
Poteat and 1. Salas to Spillers.
We were just talking about Spillers having to get going, and best player on the floor for Wake Forest finds him right underneath the basket for an easy bunny. Spoon fed his big man underneath.
Poteat, excellent position. Nearly intercepted. Hammond hit the backboard. Poteat on cleanup duty with the shot. Went for the slam dunk, missed it, and luckily there to clean up the spill, Dennis Parker Jr. tapped it home.
Turnovers, and we talked about it. That's just a careless turnover. You know, you want Rick Snyder just to keep that. It's not, you know, it's not his fault. Ball was overthrown, and just take it, go out of bounds, set your defense.
Poteat with a head of steam through contact.
They need to find a way to disrupt Virginia Tech, do something to make them uncomfortable. Now we see a full court press and trying to change the rhythm a little bit. But the comfort level for Virginia Tech is way too high. So maybe a little bit more ball pressure, maybe doing something with some ball screens.
Kristen Tucker, 22, is in. Spencer Mahoney, 7, is in. And that's what they need to do, set up easy hoops like that. They are 2 of 19 from the field.
Well, and what happened there, that was an assist, making a play for somebody else. Drive, draw the attention, get it to the next guy.
And steals it from Tyler Johnson, misses the layup.
That's the exact play they need. They need a steal, but they need that ball to go in. It is just tough stuff right now.
Poteat with the floater.
Cal needs to flip it really quickly and get back on a run of their own.
And they need a stop here. Poteat dunks it.
It's a decoy right there. Wilkinson going downhill to get a wide open shot. Not surprising, Virginia Tech milking the clock some, looking to go inside.
Poteat down low, going against Sissoko. Poteat and Sissoko and Poteat.
Over a smaller defender, he's got range. But Stanford's challenge has been on this end. They've got to get stops, get back in this game.
And someone needs to identify number 13. Poteat knocked down Reynaud and then had the...
No mistaking where they want that ball to go. They want Jalen Blake to attack the rim.
Poteat wants it down low. They get it to him. And the flip goes off the glass and
wing, and Sellers on his other wing, and he decided to go to Sellers for the wide open three. Nice pump fake.
2-possession game. Poteat with the jump hook.
He's so section. He said it's about time, but he can do that. Make no mistake, Dave. He is a phenomenal three-point shooter. If you give him an open look.
Poteat right over
Rand's trying to claw it out of there. If he gets the ball down there, that's almost a quadruple team because you got the baseline as a fourth defender. So you got to make sure you feed him somewhere in the middle of the floor, not coffin corner.
He didn't agree with that call by Tony Padilla. I'm pretty sure there was some French being spoken right there.
Yeah, some things we didn't really understand. My son speaks French. He'll have to interpret later for me.
Poteat took a long time, but in 17 years at Wolford and led them to the tournament 5 times. The guy can coach.
No, he's done a great job. Seth Greenberg and I caught up yesterday, and Seth just really praised him, the job he's done this year. I mean, 12% of their scoring is not his back, and they're still getting the job done and competing every game.
Poteat goes right at Reynaud.
Well, that's a tough shot.
Patience with this team, but he likes where they're headed. He likes the direction they're going. They're getting better each day. Just going to be a work in progress all year long.
Searching for their first ACC win, 5-8 overall, 0-2 in conference play. Nice pass, Hammond finding Poteat. 3. Ben Hammond grabs the rebound, all 5'11" of them. Oh, wow, down low, Poteat slams it home. Like what Maxime's been doing at Stanford, and, you know, talking about Duke, Mike Young and his Virginia Tech team just played Duke. Earlier this week, they lost 88-65, and Mike Young saying in his 6 years covering or coaching in the ACC, he feels like this may be the best Duke outfit because of their defense.
I watched that entire game, and Virginia Tech played really well. Hung in there for most of the first half. Second half just got away from them.
5.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Knotted at 30. Matthew Cleveland to 3, and the rebound to Hammond. Brown Jr. now. And Mylyjael going to work against Johnson Arigu. Poteat left open and back, and now Ugachukwu throws down the dunk off the turnover.
That is one thing that's really frustrated Mike Young this year, is just the inability to take care of the basketball. Normally his teams have a fantastic assist-turnover ratio, and this year they actually have a -1, something he is not accustomed to.
Poteat got the window.
And a great finish there. Mylyjael Poteat came over and tried to give some resistance on that, but Ugachukwu with a nice high finish off the backboard, and Miami will run here to take a 4-point lead early in this second half.
And Shoot nearly turned it over. Cleveland tapped it back to him, and now Poteat underneath lane with the right puts it in.
That was a good finish. I didn't think he had much there, but Austin Swartz with the little reverse. Nice spin off the glass, and been really impressed today with how good Miami is when they get out in the break. Just so good at finishing. But again, that has been their, just getting a win or two changes everything.
Nice play by Brandon Johnson to steal it and then turn right back over. Poteat wide open. Cleveland knocks down the free throw. 19 points in this one for Cleveland. And Miami with a 4-point lead with 2:17 to go. Hammond knifes into the paint against Ugochukwu. Brown in the corner this time, guarded tightly by Bethea. Brown's going to drive it. Beats it to Poteat for mode here at Castle Coliseum. Brown to inbound to Hammond, and here we go. 6 seconds. Hammond trying to get around Kidd. Poteat scores with 2.7. And
in the first 7 minutes.
Absolutely. Well, he just knows how to play the game. You know, if you're a very valuable player, you got to get in the game and you got to play in foul trouble, and you have to figure out how to do it, and he does it really well.
Caleb Foster and Malik Brown knock it away. Hammond runs it down. 12 on the shot clock. Now shoot. Here's Brown. Down low, Poteat squares up on Malik Brown. Rolls over the right shoulder and scores with the left hand. Line hits both free throws.
He and James have been really good together.
Yeah. Yep. Brown. Now to Young. Jaden back on the floor. Rodney Brown with 10 to shoot.
There's just no room.
Yeah. Kniffel doing a great job. Nice help by Brown. Here's Poteat left hand. Scores.
That St. Joe's and their offense like to shoot. But if you're Eric Reynolds, and Coach Billy Lang wants Eric Reynolds to shoot more, especially with Xavier Brown out, Reynolds' usage rate on the offensive side is going to have to go up, and that is as smooth as it gets in pick and roll.
This year, almost 44%.
Yeah, and almost perfect from the free throw line. He's now 12 of 13 on the season. There's that 2-2-1 zone to slow Virginia Tech down. Back into man-to-man for Navy.
Rechsteiner feeds Poteat with 5 on the timer. And with the left hand, Poteat.
They do very well, but again, give Virginia Tech credit for some of that.
Five points for Poteat. And that's one of his best baskets of the day. Both 5-point game.
Plenty of time left. Navy gets that press. See, the Hokies cross into their half-court offense with just 20 on the shot clock.
Poteat saves the possession.
Benini showing a little defense there, too.
He's going all the way in. Poteat. Pennick. Just a little short. Open look.
Yeah. Good execution. Got a wide open three. Hokies blocked out. Hammond back in the game here at crunch time, placing Rechsteiner. I think Rechsteiner's first shot that last time was a little bit quick, and Poteat has been the shooter, averaging 20 points a game.
Tip-off goes the way of the Hokies trying to snap a 6-game losing skid, while the Aggies are on a 4-game losing streak, trying to snap that here tonight against Virginia Tech and pull off the program's first ever victory against the Hokies. Mylyjael Poteat. Return to Burnham. He'll try his luck from 3. Another offensive board for the Hokies.
Yeah. A&T has to do a better job of keeping the Hokies from getting that second shot, because that's what you're going to get. Already 12 points on offensive rebounds, 7 of them so far for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, 11 overall boards for Virginia Tech. Make it 12 with that one from Jaden Shute, as opposed to just 3 for the Aggies. Burnham. Pump fake, another feed to Shute. Loops it across to Young. Another bounce inside. The feeds are there for Virginia Tech. A good one for it over the mascot flapping its wings the entire time.
It's amazing.
I mean, his lats
one of the
have
great
to
things.
be
One of the great things in college sports. No question.
Ani Brown finds some open space. That was a great unselfish bat.
The high post been running, rolling low. So they do a lot of post-to-post passing and feeding.
An immediate answer.
Falling lately, despite that miss, for Vandy, 4 of their last 8 to open up this lead. Shoots, got a couple of threes, puts it on the deck, draws attention. Here's Poteat in the lane. Up and over. Jalen got his first 2.
And that dude can score in bunches once he gets it going.
Well, he scored 23 the last time out in the win over Tennessee Tech on Friday. Bouncing back from their lone setback of the season. Poteat gets the roll.
Points. And how about Kamora Johnson for Virginia? Elite three-point shooting, 47% on the year.
And it's been
I like that matchup.
It's a hot ticket. It's going to be a whiteout at JPJ. Last couple of years, they have broken records, shattered records at UVA for season tickets. Poteat can
again.
Tell you what, when I watch Vanderbilt on tape, here's my impression of Grant Huffman. He's a pain in the rear end.
Right.
I would not want to play
Yes.
against him. He is a marvelous defender. And it's not all physical. It's between the ears, the anticipation we saw there.
Well, defensively, your feet have to be in one place, but your mind has to be in a lot of places.
Good gather by Poteat, and he's putting together. Edwards goes out, and we've got Tyler Nickel back out there for the Commodores.
Doug, let me ask you this. Don't you feel like Vanderbilt should be up more?
Yeah.
I mean, Virginia Tech is still hanging around.
Rex-Steiner inside Poteat. Through the double team for the slam.
1 last couple of years at Florida Atlantic, including a Final Four a couple of years ago.
Two coaches who know who they are. It's their teams that are trying to find their own identity. These type of games help you do that.
Poteat with the right hand, and they're on the board. He
knows how to get guys to their spots. I'm like, hey, if you're doing all that work, go ahead and try one.
Paint touch. Poteat too strong for Cheddar.
Of course, Mike White moved on to Georgia, but Coach Mincy in his 4th season here at Jacksonville. I shorted him 1.
No look pass. Rex-Steiner to Poteat. Beautiful find.
Right there, the Dayton transfer, very athletic, can shoot the 3, but he'll get more time because Jacksonville will be without Simon Wheeler, the backup point guard who was playing 20 minutes a game.
Poteat, two-handed flush.
That will be the last time you see him do something special. Off to kind of a slow start here. Virginia Tech doing a good job on him defensively.
Poteat just check back in. Shoot. Great look. Second chance. Poteat ties it.
It's an awesome ball. Finding the open man. Hokies have to answer. Down 5 inside of 8 minutes.
Poteat, wide open lane. Too easy for the senior.
For the Hokies coming into this season. Nice drive all the way. Puff Johnson can't get it to go. And the 5th year coming off a career high 20 points in the win earlier this week against St. Francis. And some high-scoring wins for Virginia Tech to start the year, and that jumper falls for star for Penn State. Off the back heel, Burnham scampering over to get it.
Shoot's got to get going here for Virginia Tech. We featured him before the game and obviously had a great shooting night in his previous game, but unable to get any good looks here throughout the first half.
Underneath, that's a nifty feat. Lengthen the lead, and they will. Hicks into doing damage from deep. How about the niftiness in the mid-range game?
Just a beautiful stroke by Hicks. Able to turn around, use his pivot foot, stay on balance, knock down the midi.
A dozen in the first half for Zach Hicks. Penn State stretching the lead back to 9. Rex Steiner. Another nice spot. Poteat hanging and hitting.
Physical, being in the gaps, maintaining all their core values on the defensive end. Those fouls are inevitably going to happen from time to time, but it's a result of playing hard.
Might be easier to tell you who's not in foul trouble as opposed to who is in this game. You saw that laundry list. Poteat adding another.
Big possession right here, Evan.
Hokies are a foul away from getting into the bonus. Young, great pass, great finish from Poteat.
Run. Swing down low. Skinner gets swatted by Mylyjael. Some of the energy that the Hokies need. Here comes Poteat to the glass.
Creating offense out of your defense. We're seeing runs by both these teams here tonight.
A little over 4 minutes left to go. Burnham still looking for his first points tonight. Take it out, Rex Steiner. It's a screen. Rex Steiner feeds Poteat.
Ball screen and roll.
Mr. Dean, most athletic player on the Spartans roster. He's been a bit quiet on the scoring end after a couple of big buckets early. There's Poteat. Great offensive play.
Out of bounds in special situations for Mike Young. Coach Richter said, watch this one.
Coach Richter's got a lot of energy himself, and this team has taken on that part of his personality. Staying in this one against Virginia Tech on their home floor. Poteat with the and one, though, to stifle a bit of that. Jaden Young trying to get hot here. Can't get the roll. Poteat offensive board. There are 3 Spartans down there. Doesn't matter to Mylyjael Poteat.
Long one down.
That was the freshman. Hammond misses. Poteat wrestles away a board. And right to the hoop.
Love his. Definitely mix them up before the night's over. Delaware's been changing up a little 3-2, 1-2-2 zone. They will change coverages.
Poteat, the hook, yes, and a foul.
Yak picked 5th.
Poteat in the post. 1-on-1. He finishes with a foul.
W earlier this evening, and the crowd left and came back after dinner.
And congratulations to Megan Duffy on her first win as the head coach of Virginia Tech women's basketball. And what a great play. Drawn up, a finish at the rim.
Nice play. He saw the opening, sprinted out to 15 feet, caught it in rhythm.
Shoots. Poteat, the flush. Seen a combined 50 free throws taken tonight. 30 from Virginia Tech. Make that 51 as the stats just update.
That sounds like something that would happen in a first game.
Johnson's been one of the highlights of this second half. Finds Shoots, the Duke transfer. Poteat on the left block. 4 on the timer. And no problem as he moves to the right block and finish.